Hi everyone, it's the next episode of Ceragent Talks and the first time in English with my friend and colleague Mirko Marchesini from Italy.
Thank you,
Ciao
Csaba.
Mirko.
Ciao. Grazie, grazie.
Mirko, what you have to know about him, that he's the area manager and my big boss in Italy of Flaviker, which is our main brand. And he was here in Hungary and we just took the occasion just to talk about a quite interesting thing, in my opinion, which is the, let's say, the made in Italy ceramic tiles, past, present, and the possible future. So ciao Mirko again.
Ciao, thank you, Csaba. For sure, I'm not the big boss. I'm one of, 1,000 people from Italy that can try to move, first of all, made in Italy, wherever in East Europe, but mainly with you in the Hungarian market. You see, it's the world is changed very fast, and if you think how it's changed after COVID till now, and if you think how was much more slow from the 1975, just speaking about generation 75, 2000, 2025, we can say that Italian production in the 70s was covering quite, I guess, more than 80% of the worldwide consumption. And so in that moment was very easy to make a factory of ceramic tiles in Sassuolo, in the district of ceramic tiles, and to start to spread and to sell material before in Italy, but after in the close European country, France, Germany, that still now are the main markets of a lot of companies in Italy. And
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Why Sassuolo? Because there was the clay, no? Correct?
Sassuolo, because was a typical area in the Padana plate. In the ground there was clay, not precious clay, but was enough to make before potteries and after ceramic tiles. So what we use to call pasta rossa, so clay with a color typical red. But after you see how the technology changed even in this case.
Yes.
And so the first challenge was to take part of the business in the world, but just even to explain how was possible in the past, because now it's very rich, it's very easy to reach everybody in every part of the world, because the third millennium is the millennium of communication, no? But if you think how was possible to ship material, ceramic tiles, from Italy to Australia, when going to Australia in 1975, 76, 5, 6, and 7 was the first route with 6 different kind of airplane going over there, and so 2 days of journey. And was even difficult to reach East Europe in that moment. And so the challenge started within to cut and to open the borders and to open new route of business. And in that moment was very easy. Just even during the first year of the 2000, arrive here in Hungary and to start to spread made in Italy and production we have in Italy. But now even the change, the wind of change because of the logistic, because of the information technology, because of the communication in the world, it's a new challenge even for us. Because you see, first of all, there was a massive production. And after, when even the production was started to be spread in the world with the machineries, China was one of the first, but now even India, Iran, but every country, Africa, but even South America.
Yes, correct.
A lot of producers of ceramic tiles are spread in the world. But now the challenge is how to reach with our Made in Italy the best projects there are in all the countries, including even the Hungarian market, Hungary.
Correct.
I remember 2000 was when I used to work for another company in another field of business. We had a production plant close to the border in Slovakia, but much more close to Budapest than to Bratislava. And to reach the plant of production was quite one full day traveling. Now in 7-8 hours it's possible, to reach not all the part of Hungary, but the best place, the main business place.
And depends on the speed. You manage.
Depends on the speed, yes, for sure. I used to go very fast in general.
I know.
And I remember how is the change that I can notice now of Budapest only, but the Balaton Lake was the same, but even the east, north, west, south part of Hungary. And after changed even the way to deliver the tiles. Because in that moment, just a few points of distribution, and after a network of dealers that used to have business just with 1 or 2 or maybe 3 distributors in Hungary. Now, you see, it's very easy to reach everybody, all the cities, and so everybody got an opportunity to pick up goods in Italy, because even the exchanges of goods coming from Hungarian market, arriving from Italian market is much exchanges. It means even opportunities, and so this is a very important challenge even for the future. But even in this case, from my point of view, is my point of view, but is not a must. The challenge have to be close to the quality of the surfaces. Quality of the surfaces, everybody got quality. Chinese used to say everybody used to sell everything, used to say my item, my production is the best. Is the best. Is always the best of the world, always, because it's normal. And after we need to make the knowledge, what does it mean the best? What does it mean the best? But not only inside the box of tiles, even outside the box of tiles, because I think, I'm sure that the business development start even from the marketing actions, how to explain to the market why tiles in full body is better than a common body, why the technology of the surfaces have to be much more similar to the stones and marbles and metals and wood imitation, because this is our next goal. But one more subject we need to take care of is how to involve in the Made in Italy the sensibility of architects and designers.
I think this is the big difference, no? Because in general, that's what you say, that you've been many places, you've seen many products all over the world.
Yes.
Me as well.
Yeah.
India, China, Turkey, Spain, whatever. Of course, the big difference is, in general, what we see from a normal agent or from a normal end user side, that the only difference can be, and it should be explained for the market in general, is the design. I tell you one example, because I think this will be the game changer in general.
Yes.
I was working with one big Polish factory in the past and another Italian. I don't mention the name, doesn't matter. In Poland, when there was a new development of a product, you saw the digital file, okay, one trial printing, looks good, okay, tac, 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 tac. In Italy, it's quite the opposite in many cases.
Correct.
Because you see, and the customers has to realize the soul, the Italian soul in the product, because I saw also the testing, and I already realized in one product there was already 1 week that the team, the production manager, was trying to manage exactly the right product and the color and the shade what they were looking for. I think is a big difference, because in Italy you give more, you think in much more long term, in my opinion. Is a national difference, in my opinion, Mirko, also.
I think so, and I think is a part of our way to be.
Yes,
is our way to show our what we have in mind, what we think about the quality and the action to put material on the market. I mean, we have a long history of everything, starting from arts. I mean, in the 15th century, when there was Michelangelo, Raffaello in Florence, in Milano, Cappella Sistina. I mean, it was time in South America to make Machu Picchu, or to be in Samarkand with Timbur, the empire of Timbur, no? And so, in general, because of Romance, because of the culture we have, and we have another way to approach and to make projects of development in terms of research and development. It is the must. Because right now we have everything. In fact, of tiles, we have surfaces, we have sizes, we have surfaces. I mean, at least at 8, 9, maybe even more kind of surfaces. So the imitation of the stone and the marble is really quite similar to the natural stone, but made in an industrial way, so with different costs. But in the other side, meanwhile, we are pushing more to understand, to tell to the markets how to understand the difference of quality on the surfaces. We have even the quality of marketing actions, not only with the catalogs, but with all the tools, because now we need to help the market in general to sell in a different way, because it's much more easy to sell something with a cheaper price, but it's much more profitable for both. I mean, producers and resellers to have much more profit and to go on explaining to the end consumer where and which is the difference when they purchase just 1 square meters of Italian tiles.
I think this is our main job, because many times the market doesn't understand the difference by themselves. Even professionals, you have to explain many times. Because
Yes.
this is my, I don't say problem, I think I understand more and more the Italian mentality and the products. The problem is that technology, everyone has, correct?
More or less the same, yes.
Glaze producers, yes.
Yes.
Designs, there is a difference, because
But not too much, because now with the digital process,
Yeah.
you can make strategies, digital marketing, digital activity in Italy, and after, with one click of mouse, you can export in one shot. And after, you need to have the management, you need to have people understand which is the difference in production.
Yes, but in general, if you go to the design, from a good design producer, maybe 1 square meter of digital file can cost 2 3,000 euros per square meter. Meanwhile, from India, much poorer designs you can buy for 500 euros, 100 designs.
Correct.
It's not the same.
It's
so
not the
this
same.
is the start.
Yeah.
Because then you will see the same on the product itself. So this is point number one, I think, the design, the base, where we come from. But after, this is also something that sooner or later, worldwide, they will realize. But what I think, and I'm quite sure about that they won't realize it, as they do not have it, the Italian mentality what we discussed before, that when you develop a product, it must be a product what you dreamed before, like Michelangelo dreamed any statues or whatever. So the problem is the communication on the market, correct? Because the architects, even more far from ceramic tiles in general, I mean, they have many things to manage, lighting, carpets, furnitures, blah, blah, blah. So ceramic tiles is just one part of their job. The only big question mark, in my opinion, how the communication will arrive to them well, no?
Yes, I can understand perfectly. What I can say is that in general, if I mean, the way to think the projects for architects and designers. I worked before in this field of activity. In general, professionals, they got problems to solve. In which way they need to cover a big square in outdoor, maybe a big skyscraper, maybe a lot of opportunity of building, and every project is different. And so for a professional is difficult to know and to have the knowledge of the way not only to install but to select the materials, because the technology is running fast. They are busy to make projects, drawings, all the activity connected with the drawing, following the buildings and everything.
Then design and so on.
Yes. And so what we can provide as Italian, I would love to be, a man able to solve the problem. So they provide problems and we give back solutions. Solutions, it means that sometimes it's much more easy to use slabs inside the building. Sometimes it's much more easy. You see even what's happened with the facades. Everything was much more connected in the past with aluminium facades. I used to say plastic material in the surface. Now, ceramics, it means even facades, because we have production of 3.5 millimeter. So not so heavy like in the past, with the same looking of the best marble stones and everything.
Whatever.
And so it means providing solution. It means even sometimes to save money in the investment and to give the opportunity to use that money that in general was used for the facades in interior design. And so it means that with different solution, it's possible to give back to developer the same opera, but much more better, much more beautiful inside, where every detail of the professional, every detail the professional take care of. This is, my point of view. But in this case, the challenge is really strong, because to reach all the professionals, architects, designers, engineers, because when we speak about facades, we need even to speak with engineering, not only with architects and design. And so Italian material is not only design, it's even a sort of school how to build up structure, system, to have a complete opera, no? So this one is the first point. How is possible to reach all the architects, designers, engineers, knowledge, seminars, master classes, and we need for sure points of interest of Italian material in the best places of the Hungarian market.
But on other markets, in your experience, the architects in general are open-minded. They are hungry for the new data about ceramic tiles, let's say, which is our territory. For us, is 100% of our job.
Look, situation even over there, it's not easy to analyze, but there are companies even based on retail activity every day. It means I go inside a showroom, I select my bathroom, my living room, my apartment. And now there are companies, they started already a big path to involve. I used to say even to enroll architects and designers in a sort of club of knowledge where is much more easy for them to take care of architects and the architects of the companies. Where maybe in the catalog of the companies you can find all the product for your projects. Because even in this case, in Italy, in the Made in Italy, we have companies focus on small sizes, companies just for big sizes or big slabs. And so sometimes even to have a shortcut is much more easy for an architect to have just one reference, where inside the catalog, in the production, you have all the material you need to a construction. But to make every time an opera different, a project different from the other, because otherwise we are producing a sort of automatic machine of projects, no? We need, is our job to inform and to start to make tests with them, trying to give different solutions of business. But for the Made in Italy, the discussion is we need to have relations with architects and designers because is the first part of the project, and so when we start to develop the projects with architects is always better. And you see how it's changed even the way to show ceramic tiles, ceramic of Italy. Inside the is the best of the world fair in the world is Salone del Mobile, where we are not speaking anymore about only furniture or sofa or everything connected with the house, because now ceramic is covering kitchen, furnitures, coffee table, bar, whatever. And so now Salone del Mobile is not anymore like 10 years ago, just the fair for the furnitures. That, once again, even in this field, Italy is the best of the world, not only for in terms of volume of business moved in the world, but now connected to the world of the interior design, we have lights, kitchen, bathroom, tiles. And every year, we change Euroluce next to Salone del Mobile with the tiles and bathroom solutions. So it's important to make a sort of team. I used to say, my idea, even in this case, how to involve the architects is to have a sort of big square where every part of the Made in Italy used to speak with the architect that is in the main place of the square, because lights, tiles, covering in general, but wood imitation of other things, but even real wood, furniture, and everything have to be connected. So even in our catalogs, sometimes you find even ideas, new ideas, how to make selection of lights. A lot of customers, Mirko, I saw the bathroom, the toilet, which is, I don't know. And with me, I ask my marketing because I don't know. I know that it's a toilet. Because the toilet I saw in Salone del Mobile, that I don't know. Let me check. And so sometimes inside our marketing of tiles, there are ideas for lighting, for outdoor gardening, for a lot of other things.
Yes. So, I think what was the aim of this meeting, which became more clear for me, that the made in Italy ceramic tiles, future Mirko, is architects, correct? Designers in general. Of course, many different aspects. So even the end users, blah, blah. But as we discussed many times, that now the Italian production is 2.5% of worldwide, correct?
Yes. From the 80, in 50 years, from the 80%, 75% to the 2.5, 3%. I don't know, maybe even 3.2, but not more than 4.
But on the contrary, for example, in Hungary and surrounding countries of Italy, Italian suppliers are the biggest part. So also in Hungary is close to 60%, in my opinion. So
yes, correct.
And the main issue is to find a common language with the architects.
Yes.
And the interest from their side, correct?
Yes, it's true. I mean, my desire is to have a word even without borders. I mean, try to imagine what I want to say without borders. So without barriers.
Yeah.
Through the companies, through the people, that is the powering the companies, the market, and from the companies, from the production to the end consumer, in the middle, there are different barriers. One is your position, Chabi, agent.
Correct.
If you push or not you push. If you trust or not, if you don't trust.
Or I can be a block or I can be a gate.
Yes, correct. Perfect. The second is distributors of dealers of us in the Hungarian market, but worldwide, I used to say, because if they accept our proposal of business and you are pushing the same with them, we passed the other two barriers. After the last barrier, where anyway all the operas from the ancient Romans start, is the architect, is the designer. So we need to make a club, from my point of view, it's the must for me, of architects, designers, where we can find the right approach, not to provide, I would love to share the idea, because if I give you 1 square meters of tiles and you give me back €1, you have the tiles, I have the euro. If I give you an idea and you, architect, you give me back your idea because I don't know how is work like in Italy, the market in Budapest, in Debrecen, in Győr, and you give back another idea. After we have 2 ideas each. So we are much more rich than before.
Correct. So it means to me that we should be a sort of inspirational hub. Correct?
Correct.
Not talking about only products and inspiration. To inspire.
Correct. I mean, we need even to spread the sense of beauty, what we have in our soul as Italian, because, every time for me is easy not to speak about Tuscany, San Gimignano, Florence, Siena, because it's normal. Even in Modena, we have not too many things similar to Siena or Florence, for sure, but But if you go to Bologna, where there was the pole of the first university of the world, the smell is different, no? Right. And so this is our must. This is our knowledge that we can transfer. And so with our speech, our ideas, our way to show, the way to install, to do, to make in a different way, maybe the same thing. This is the must. And for the future, if you want even to speak about the future, I mean that everything have to be much more than now connected with the world of architect, because what I mean, I think it's possible to have in the soon future, after COVID, where you see Amazon is reaching everybody in the world, where you can purchase everything in one click. And maybe just with solution of logistic, you can have the same items that maybe in Budapest you need just a couple of days to think where you can find everything. Just in one day you have everything at home. So in the next future, your position, I guess, needs to be changed.
Correct.
To much be more promoter than agent. The companies have to be just companies and to have production. And after that, consumer, even with the platform of the e-commerce, they can purchase the same material specified from the architects and designers. And so all the other two barriers, now agents, but even dealers and distributors, I don't know, maybe we need 50 years, maybe we need even less, I don't know. It's not anymore a barrier, but sometimes is a showroom, it's a way to show exposition of material, and it's profitable for them because they maybe have money from the companies. So now what's happened? Companies provide the material to the dealers, to the distributors.
Yes.
They have big showroom.
Correct.
They pay for the space, they did the investment, they pay electricity, they pay
heating, whatever. People inside, experts.
If the business is company to the end consumer and they are the showroom, and is an interest for the company to have a showroom, maybe even the philosophy of the dealers will change. Maybe they start to rent the space to show the material of this company, that company, or another company. But sooner or later, the market will change in this way. But anyway, every opera, every project born just from one position, architect or designer.
Correct.
You can call in the way you want, but I mean, for me, it's the same. This is the
possible future which we see. That it's already on our neck, so it's here.
We are very close.
Yeah.
And so even for the Italian company, from my point of view, it's time not to invest like in the past, so fast in the production pole, in the companies, inside the walls of the companies, but we need to invest more in teaching is not the good word, but anyway, but is the
mentoring
maybe yes, yeah, could be a good word, but to invest directly on the territories where we want to be active. And for sure, if Csaba, you know perfectly, I mean, when we speak about business of tiles, Italian tiles in Hungary, we are speaking about how much million euro?
More than 65 million, more or less, euros.
Yes. If we check what's happened, for example, just in Russia, no, in the last 10 years, from 2014 till now, because of the domestic production, but even because of everything, I mean, the cost of the currency, because of the sanction, political reasons, everything. The what Italy is exporting right now in Russia is 6 times less than 10 years ago. So now we are speaking to reach 2 million square meters this year against the 12 million of 2013. And so, but even in this case, the economy is safe because what is going over there is still high-level material. And why? Because the world of architects and designers, that kind of field, allow to receive inside their project still the Italian material and the made in Italy, because the sense of made in Italy is made in Italy is a sort of influencer of all the other markets, Chinese, Indians, Iran, but even other markets. And so is what we have to spread. So, I mean, I hope for the future to speak much more of made in Italy, much more with architects and designers, much more providing solutions. It means wall, floor, facades, everything, but even furniture, but even coffee table, whatever is possible to do with ceramics in general. And this is real, have to be our goal for the soon future.
Absolutely. Mirko, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Csaba.
If you agree next time, maybe a second round.
Maybe we can find another subject, I don't know. We can speak about...
We can find subjects easily.
Food and tiles.
Va bene.
Va bene.
Sì.
So, because inside of the tiles, there is a part even of our Mediterranean lifestyle of food.
Okay. This is completely
food
linked.
and tile, pasta and castelle.
Food and tile.
Yes, correct. Thank you,
Grazie,
guys.
Mirko.
Grazie.
Köszi szépen a figyelmet. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Grazie.